What do you say?
Hi, Steve. How are you? Can you hear me? I think your microphone is muted.
Yeah. How are you? Hello, how are you?
Very good, Steve. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
No,
You cannot hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay, good.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing really well, and how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yes. Um, I want to talk about because a lot of people missed you last time and they don't know about you, and they've been watching you because I've been sharing their stuff, sharing your
Thank
music.
you.
How long have you been? Because you started when you were playing at school, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I started as a child playing music at school, in elementary school, and learned the guitar in eighth grade, and started writing songs right around that time, too.
Yeah, yeah. And also, when did you first kind of like thought, music is my first choice?
Pretty much, it's never been my first choice because I've had a healthcare career for about 30 years, and that's been my primary way of earning a living and taken up a lot of my time. I was a nurse first for 10 years, and then I was a doctor for 20 years, and I'm close to retiring now, just a couple weeks away from retiring.
Oh, congratulations, congratulations.
And then I will be focusing 100% on music.
Oh, great. Um, as a doctor, what is your speciality? Tell everybody.
My specialty is emergency medicine.
Right, so that means that when people turn up to A&E, to the emergency department, you've got to deal with it straight away, yeah?
That's correct. Yeah, whether they're having a heart attack or a stroke or gunshot wound or having a mental illness issue with suicide or depression, overdose. Those are all issues that I've dealt with for many years.
Gosh. And when you decided to become a doctor, what made you want to be a doctor in the first place? Because being a doctor is hard work, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I love helping people, and I volunteered in the hospital during high school. I played music for patients and also got to know what it was like to work in a hospital, and I enjoyed it. I also love the science and the anatomy and physiology of the human body. It's just really fascinating.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not going to ask you the questions what I was going to ask you, um, because one of them on here, um, it says, What's the worst you ever seen? Turn up to the emergency department."
The worst, I would probably say, any child that comes in and dies in the ER, especially if they're a victim of violence, like murder, that's very difficult to deal with for sure.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And what's a really, really special time where you thought, as a doctor, you thought, ah, I'm glad I came a doctor.
Well, there's been so many of them for sure. It's been very rewarding. But so I have to give you the most recent one, I guess. We had a patient come in severe depression and alcohol withdrawal, and he actually was very, very anxious and depressed. And he came in after a few years and said he was doing much better and had gone through alcohol treatment and was dealing with his depression and issues with alcohol. So I felt that we really were able to get him connected with services that he needed for sure.
Good, good. Because that's what we do. We support people who's got mental health, alcohol,
That's
drugs.
right.
We do all that.
I
And
appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, but no, thank you because thank you. We got to thank you because through these COVID times, it's been really hard for all the doctors, for all the nurses, and everything. And
Hmm.
you must seen some real cases coming into your hospital because of COVID.
Yes, we had the first death in our county was in our area, so it was very sad and it very difficult for the families as well. Many times they're separated from their loved ones when they're in the hospital, and it's very difficult for them. Some patients even have to die without their families being next to them, and I think that's the hardest thing of all, really.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to touch nothing about that. Let's cheer everybody up. By the way,
Mm.
you are a wonderful, wonderful singer,
Thank you.
and I love your music. I kind of I listen to it most times, especially if I have times myself when I'm down,
Okay.
and it cheers me up. And what's what is the best song that you ever written?
Well, that's a hard question to ask. That's like asking I guess it's like asking a parent who their favorite child is. Because they're all beautiful in their own way, in
Yeah,
some way. So
yeah,
there are some songs I like better than others, and I kind of go by the feedback too from the people that have listened. I think that lyrically, just one color doesn't make a rainbow is an important song for me because it talks about the beauty of diversity and accepting people no matter what the color of their skin or gender or nationality. So I love the message of that song, and
yeah.
It's a New Day is one of the most popular songs because it's a song of hope and new beginnings.
Yeah, actually, it's a new day. That's my favorite. But don't tell
Thank
Amber
you.
that. Don't tell Amber. But anyway, but actually, I used that title for one of my podcasts the other day, because one of my
Mm,
podcasts has gone to number 37 at the moment in the podcast charts.
that's
So
wonderful.
yeah, it's doing quite good, and that's with that title. So
Hmm.
yeah, so can you play anything for us?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Do you have anything in particular you want to hear?
Well, I love all your music, you know that.
All right, I can do It's a New Day. Here we go.
Okay.
Try not to knock anything over. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's been wonderful to see you again for sure.
Yeah,
And
well, I
yeah.
do love you coming back.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, here we go. How's that sound? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Not too loud?
No, you're okay.
It's a new day. There's a new way. There's a road you never rode ahead of you. Open your eyes, yeah, open your heart. Open your arms, embrace the day. Alarm clock jingles me out of bed. Shower and coffee just to clear my head for the new day. I grabbed my keys and I stepped outside. I'm greeted by the fresh sunrise of a new day. It's a new day. There's a new way. There's a road you never rode ahead of you. Open your eyes, yeah, open your heart. Open your arms, embrace the day. Let's stop for a moment just to breathe. Grateful for the life we lead in a new day. The present's a gift we get to open today. Yesterday has sailed away. It's a new day. It's a new day. There's a new way. There's a road you never rode ahead of you. La la la, la la la.
Oh, how lovely. How
Thank
lovely.
you.
You got a nice voice. Nice voice.
Thank you.
Um, where did the song Save Our Oceans come from? The idea of that.
Save the Oceans, I wrote that song for the Hands Along the Water demonstration for clean water in southern Florida. Here in southern Florida, we're very challenged by red tide and pollution in the Gulf of Mexico from the oil rigs and all the, the industry in the area, as well as runoff from fertilizers, etc. So I wrote this song kind of as a rally song for that movement. Everyone held hands along the ocean, and we sang that song to save our oceans.
Yeah. because you're actually you do actually care about life. You care about the ocean. You care about the space around us. And I wish
Absolutely.
more people care about our oceans. Because when I when I go on the seafront, there's bottles and glass, and they don't look after it. You know what I mean? We gotta appreciate what we got in front of us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. For our children, too, in the years to come, that they have the ocean and clean water to swim in and enjoy.
That's it. Yeah. Also, I want to touch on Snowbird. What a song! I love
Okay.
that song. Could you kindly play Snowbird first?
Sure. Yeah, I will do Snowbird. And I wrote that song when I was in the cold weather in the middle of the winter. And we're kind of thinking about escaping the cold and flying away like a snowbird. And if you may be able to relate to that right now. On his wings will he ride through the covered snow. On wings I'll be flying far away from home. On his wings I'll take refuge from the world below. On wings I'll travel where the warm winds blow. Snowbound, fly high. Our house is broken with his axle. He's taking another love and under the fool. The satchel packing with his soul and light. The shadows of traveling in the night. Snowbound, snowbound. Across the winter sky, across the winter sky. So take all my silver lights and my life. I know these for them or I'll break it down. I need your possessions to let me down. I'm making my life in the southern town. Snowbound,
God, love it. Really good singer, really good singer,
Thank you.
very talented. Um, when you were going around kind of singing into like because you've been going around singing in in the auspices and
Mm.
You've been going to hospitals and things like that. What's it like to actually go into the hospices and kind of like singing?
Well, that's a good question. Sometimes the people that I'm singing for are in bed and not able to get out of bed. They're actively dying, and
Yeah.
they can open their eyes, but many times they can't speak. But they say that they are able to hear. And I sing to also raise the spirits of the family that are at the bedside and also the staff that are there because they get very close to the patients and it affects them as well in their heart when the patients die and when they
Mm.
pass on. So that's what it's like if I'm going from bedside to bedside for people who aren't able to go down to the recreational room. But sometimes I have hospice patients that are in not in their last days of life, they're more in their last months of life, and they can go down and sit up in a chair and listen. And so that's a different kind of a setting. So it depends on how sick the patient is. Yeah.
Mm. I hear on a little rumor that they call you the singing doctor. Is that true?
That's right. I'm known for my smile, I guess, too, but I don't know. I like to be the singing doctor for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was told you. They call you the singing doctor. That's what they say.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. When you were kind of like a child, did you ever thought that you'd become a doctor and you wanted to become a doctor?
Yes, I was always interested in helping people, so I thought that I would help people in some way, either as a teacher or a nurse or a doctor. There,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, and with your music at the moment, are there any latest like music coming out? Have you written any more songs?
oh yeah, definitely. We'll have two albums that came out in the last 6 months. One in November was is called Amber Waves, and you can find that on all the platforms as well as on my YouTube channel, Amber Crowley on YouTube. And there's a lot of original music videos there that are free to watch, so please check that out. And then Mother Earth is the second album that came out, and that came out about a month ago. And its focus is the environment. It's got Save the Oceans on it, a song Mother Earth, a
Yeah,
song about mermaids.
yeah, yeah. I
So
love
it's
Mo.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
write songs constantly. I just finished a song called Listen to the Trees that's about the language of the trees. And Dance Sister Dance, that's an upbeat song about getting back in touch with your girlhood and dancing. So
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lighter
There's
song.
there's two questions. Some of your music, it's like a bit of Celtic in it. Do you
Yes.
think so? Bit of
I
Celtic
have
music?
roots in Ireland and Scotland, and I've never been, but it's on my wish list to come over to the UK and play in a pub at one point and just feel the history of the area and my ancestors who probably sang in the pubs.
Yeah, you should come over to the UK. It'd be nice to meet you, nice to see you.
I would love that.
Yeah, it would be really good to see you. Because when I was listening to your last song, I felt it was a bit of Celtic in it, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely. That song has more Celtic feel than a lot of the other songs do.
Yeah, because
And if you, yes, it's sorry.
I felt clapping. I felt like just clapping and everything.
Yes. And if you listen to the video, there's some pictures of a kind of a Celtic castle that are included in the video, so that one's on YouTube.
Yeah, and they can find all your music on YouTube, and they can go on if they go onto all the channels. They can download it. They can buy your music.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so go on Amber's. you got honestly, if you haven't heard Amber, download all her music. She is
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Honestly, I'm not just saying that. She is really good.
I
Um,
appreciate that.
before you go, Amber, can you play Mother Earth for me? Because that's one of my favorites.
Oh, the earth is our mother?
Yes,
Sure.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that for sure. The earth is our mother. This song was based on a Hopi Indian folk chant, and so there we go.
I've got a question for you before you
Yes,
before you sing. Someone here called Gary says, "Where are you in South Florida?"
I am in Naples.
There you go, Naples.
Now, Steve, do you want me to do just part of the song? Because it's kind of a long song, but it's
Yeah,
about
just do.
4 minutes, but
Yeah, just do part of it.
just part. I will do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Tall trees reaching for embracing sky on the mountainside are celebrating life. Small flowers breaking through the cold hard snow, the promises of spring and the eagle that she brings, the warm milk from Mother Earth. Keep us alive, we survive. All we need to thrive and grow. She holds in her love and the earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Hey, yama, oh, yama, hey, yama, hey, yama, oh, yama, hey, yama. The Lord sound, east and west, as far as you can see. We share this planet and our humanity. We share this planet and our humanity. The earth is our mother. Let's show our love for her. The earth is our mother. Let's show our love for her.
Brilliant. Really, very good. Very good.
Thank you,
Do
Steve.
you believe? Do you believe that if we talk to trees, they will understand us?
I do. I think that there's a communication between us and the trees for sure, and between the trees and each other for sure. And that's why I wrote the song "Listen to the Trees," and I hope you get a chance to listen to that. That's one of my newest songs. It's in a reggae beat, but it talks about the language of the leaves and how we can communicate and be a part of nature rather than apart from it.
Yeah, because that's about you, isn't it? Everything is about you. It's about the nature. It's about the growth. It's about the beautifulness. Like yourself, you're so
Yes.
beautiful yourself. And
Thank you.
it's everything on this earth we've got to really appreciate. As I keep saying, because if we don't if we don't appreciate it, it would just go away, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. And the trees were here for millions of years before we were. So they've been on Earth a lot longer than we have for sure. And we can learn by listening to them, I think.
Yeah, brilliant. Amber, I tell you what, I love having you on. I love having you.
Thank you so
It's
much, Steve.
it's a short time, and I'll tell you what, but I love you. But
Me
come
too.
back again very soon, won't you?
I
Because
hope so.
all right. And
Thank you.
thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, Steve. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you,
good day in
everyone.
Florida. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
now.
that was Amber, and I guys get her music. Oh, she is really, really good. Can you believe it? She's a doctor too. There you go. So if you're ever in Florida, go and see her and go and download her music. Okay, guys, I'll be back tomorrow with some more shows, and got some interesting shows tomorrow. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for coming on and watch. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, everybody else. In the meantime, God bless. Take care. Night night.